A juror in the high-profile trial of Sean Diddy Combs is speaking out, expressing deep frustration over what they call an insulting and completely misguided public reaction to the verdict. Combs, who faced multiple federal charges, including sex trafficking and transportation for prostitution, was recently found not guilty on sex trafficking, but guilty on transportation for prostitution, sparking an intense debate across social media and beyond. Now, one juror who chose to remain anonymous for safety and privacy reasons has come forward in a rare post-trial statement, defending the jury's decision-making process and blasting those who've accused the panel of being biased, bribed, or oblivious to the gravity of the case. "People are acting like we walked into the courtroom, heard a couple of sound bites, and walked out with a verdict," the juror told the Daily Report. "It's incredibly insulting. We combed through hours of testimony, rewatched videos, studied texts, and cross-examined each other's viewpoints. It wasn't just a quick vote." The verdict that divided the public. The case against Combs was closely followed by the public and media, particularly after explosive testimony from Cassie Ventura and other women who accused the mogul of coercion, exploitation, and abuse. While prosecutors ultimately failed to prove the sex trafficking charges beyond a reasonable doubt, jurors unanimously agreed on the transportation for prostitution charge, citing overwhelming evidence of intent and facilitation. Still, critics, including activists and some legal analysts, have lambasted the verdict as a partial win for a man they believe abused his power for decades. Social media lit up with hashtags like #JusticeForCassie and #DiddyVerdictFail, accusing the legal system of protecting another wealthy celebrity. Juror pushes back on bribery allegations. The juror was especially angered by insinuations that the jury had been bought off or influenced. "Let's be clear. No one bribed anyone. No one let him off easy. The evidence didn't support the trafficking charge, period. It wasn't about who Diddy is, it was about what the law says. If people don't understand how the burden of proof works, they should educate themselves before attacking strangers online." They also emphasized that deliberations were tense, with the 12-member panel initially split on some counts. It reportedly took over 19 hours of discussion across 3 days to reach the final verdict. "We didn't find him innocent of everything." The juror highlighted that the public seemed to overlook that Combs was convicted on a serious charge. The transportation for prostitution conviction carries a potential sentence of up to 10 years in federal prison, though sentencing has not yet been scheduled. "People are acting like he walked free on everything. That's just not true. A felony conviction is a big deal. It means we believed unanimously that he played an active role in facilitating these acts." The emotional toll on the jury beyond the backlash. The juror described the personal toll of the trial. "This wasn't fun. It wasn't glamorous. We had to listen to disturbing stories, look at hard evidence, and make a decision that could alter someone's life." Some jurors cried. Others lost sleep. For the public to act like we didn't care or didn't try. They also acknowledged that while the verdict may not have satisfied everyone, it reflected the difficult balance between emotional testimony and legal proof. Just because someone says something happened doesn't mean it's provable in court. That's the painful part. We had to follow the law, not our hearts. Public trust in the justice system. The juror's remarks come at a time when public trust in the U.S. legal system is increasingly polarized. In high-profile celebrity trials, many believe that fame, wealth, and connections lead to favorable outcomes, a perception reinforced by past cases involving figures like R. Kelly, Harvey Weinstein, and Bill Cosby. But the juror insists this wasn't one of those cases. "If we'd had the evidence to convict him of sex trafficking, we would have, but we didn't. That doesn't mean we condone what he did. It means the government didn't meet their burden." What's next for Diddy? With Combs facing sentencing on the prostitution charge and still dealing with the fallout from civil lawsuits and potential appeals, his legal troubles are far from over. Meanwhile, this juror's bold move to speak publicly may offer a rare look into the emotional and intellectual struggle juries face in the court of law and the court of public opinion.